generally, the kind of people that are drawn to work with me and that I like to work with they really want to change. They're
Mm,
ready for something to change. They're taking responsibility for their situation, even if it wasn't caused by them, it was caused by external circumstances. Like maybe they've had a lot of therapy and they
mm,
didn't feel like they got enough change from it. Often we're in a numb phase when we start on a healing path, whether it's through a physical approach or spiritual, mental, psychological. There is some re-experiencing of the acute initial shock or pain or
mm,
trauma or whatever, this or any lifetime, but it's like we become more conscious and feel what put us in that numb phase, and that can be uncomfortable. But
mm.
that is the way to the healing phase. You're not gonna jump from numb to I totally feel great.
Yeah,
There's dealing with some kind of truth often, a
yeah,
hard truth,
yeah.
forgiving the unforgivable sometimes. It can be painful, and I've set up my soul medicine to minimize the suffering as much as possible. But generally, the clients that I see, they get it. They get that this is what I have to go through. They see that they're going somewhere better, more
Yes.
enjoyable, or more happy, relaxed. Inner peace really is the goal, I think. I wanted to share um, something else that is a bit of a specialty,
Please do.
which is helping people with sex problems and past sex abuses. I feel I got that's because my mom was a psychologist. She, as I mentioned, she
Hmm.
co-founded one of the first sex clinics in America,
Right.
and later she specialized in child sex abuse cases.
Mm.
So I was raised with a sort of broad understanding and perspective on that whole messy world of sex stuff, how
Yeah.
it can be
Yeah.
also like dangerous or transformational in a positive way. So I'm kind of qualified to take her work to another level and
Mm.
help people heal from these kind of uncomfortable things that a lot of people, I found a lot of healers, they might have some unresolved stuff in that area.
Mm.
Important, I mean, our sex energy, our creative energy, our life force energy are different parts of the same thing. I have a kind of understanding that is, I want to call it neutral,
Mm.
or which is safe, not judgmental.
I think that's wonderful, Laurie, and I can understand how many, many people could benefit from that. So it's good to get the word out there.
One other thing I was going to just say about my space clearing, soulful space clearing.
Oh yeah.
I have a creative approach to that too, where I do, room by room, and
Mm.
I've learned I can do it remotely, like with a video
Mm.
or FaceTime with someone. But it's not just room by room. I get information about the space, and then I do my soul medicine on the space, on the home, the house, the building, like it's a person.
Yes.
The trauma it's holding, all that kind of stuff. So
Yeah.
it's really interesting.
It is, isn't it? And that's one of the things that fascinates me as well is that you think of a house as a house or a home as a apartment, whatever it is. You don't think of it as having its own energy and its own consciousness.
See, often you can go in a place and you can find this happened here, or there's this type of energy here, and then I find from the person that's there, well, the guy who lived here had this, he was going through this, and it exactly matches what I was picking up as the emotional
Yes.
energy residue. And I've also seen kind of horrific things that happened in there, whether it's symbolic or not. It seems very
Right.
real. And
Mm.
there's trauma. The building has trauma from that,
Yeah.
just like a
Yeah.
person.
It is amazing, isn't it? And again, that's something as a mainstream person, I would never have even, you
I
see the
know it
stuff,
sounds
you see the
crazy.
stuff in the movies, right? You see the stuff and you think that's where it begins and ends. It's with the creative writer making this stuff up. But the reality is consciousness is so much broader. Okay, yeah,
Energy,
we're
it's
alive.
energy.
Thank you very much, Laurie. Really appreciate your time here. If any of the Elevated Planet community have any questions, just reach out to us, the readers and healers part to the site. So thank you, Laurie.
Great. Thank you so much. I really enjoyed speaking with you.